It's a bit bright in my eyes. Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Let's have a look at some cards today. Okay, let's do a reading. The ancient Italian tarot is not here. The Archangel Power Tarot are, and they're in the other room. And I'm not going to go and get them, so we're going to use these decks. These decks are I tell you, my words are coming out really wrong. Hello, Spotty Pony. Okay, how are you, my darling? I've just tried to string together a sentence and, well, I couldn't. Instead of pouring, I said boiling. I was like, I'm boiling the kettle as I'm pouring it, because I was boiling water into an empty cup with no like contents in it. So I started pouring the water. It's like, hang on, where's the coffee? And where's the sugar? And where's the coffee base? And then the words just weren't coming out. So I'm a bit tongue-tied. There's a fly in here, I've just seen it. Oh, should we do a fly on the wall reading? Why not? We'll use these Archangel Power Tarot because they've got words on them. Makes it a bit easier for me. One hopes. Okay. Oh, what was coming through is there was 48% on my battery, so I plugged it in thinking, okay, I'm going to get it to 50%. I'm not sure we have. I didn't check. It wasn't in for that long because all the cards were tidied up. It felt like someone had been in here and done, like, tidied all my cards away from last time. I imagine it was me, but it seemed clean. And so there wasn't really much prepping to do for the reading. But I heard a song earlier on. I thought that's interesting. Well, actually, my response was, we're only halfway there? Oh my, okay. It was Living on a Prayer. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. So the 50% took me to, okay, we're going to like get it halfway. And where's that fly gone? And then that song come to mind again. Living on a Prayer. We're halfway there. Okay. And then I thought about when you, like, the return journey is normally quicker, isn't it? So I felt like you're halfway there and then the other half's going to be, like, really quick. And, okay, let's just go with the words rather than analysing what I'm saying. And it took me to, like, when you travel, so getting to your destination, it feels like it takes a long time. But coming home, it's like you get home so much quicker. That's what I personally feel when travelling. Fly on the wall reading. Okay. So, let's get the cards ready. I won't look at them just yet. Well, we can do. Let's just do this as we go along then. Okay, so first I'm going to look at your home life. Eight of Gabriel. A great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communication. Now, interesting because the feminine's here. So are we talking about like the feminine's home life? A great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results. That's we're manifesting. Like we've kind of, because of our kindness, we've become master manifestors. It's like because there's no conditions behind it. So it's unconditional love. And we know that we are mighty in our manifesting, should we say that? Like, I'll give you an example today. Today I was thinking about an auntie that I have who lives, like, on the south coast. And I was thinking this morning about this particular auntie. And for one, I was thinking about how my mum was one of three. And as in the girls, I mean, she had other brothers, but there was the three of them, and they always talked about, like, this sister as if she was kind of like the awkward one, or she just didn't kind of fit in with the other two. So it wasn't until, like, my adult years that I planned with my sister a trip for my mum and her sister. And so I got to spend time with this auntie of mine. And a lovely person. It was, yeah, so Just like a free spirit, that's what it was. And then I went to work and I got talking to a couple that were visiting, and so I asked whereabouts, where are you visiting from? And they said the same place where my auntie comes from. I'm not even sure if my auntie's still alive. It wasn't that close a connection. They were my mum's sisters. Okay, so yeah, manifesting, like coincidences, synchronicities, God incidences. So there's a great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communication. And here we are, tripping on our words. I'm tripping on sunshine. Okay. Right, home. So, are we actually looking into the Divine Feminine's life? Let's just see how this unfolds. We'll do the first 3 cards because it's home, work, and money. I'm feeling like light work coming through, being a light worker. It's like being a soul coach, being a coach for the soul. Okay. But then soul medicine was coming through. Can we just have a look at the work, please? 9 of Gabriel. Yeah, this is interesting because we've got the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine in the picture. Stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. Environmental activism. So, stay determined and move forward, Divine Feminine. Positivity all the way. Be prepared for any possibility. Expect the unexpected. Environmental activism. As someone who is working the ground. Getting grounded. Okay, connecting with Mother Earth, Mother Nature. We'll pay attention that the cards are orange. I need to file my nails. What time to think about that? Yeah, well, they keep catching because they're quite short at the moment. I would like to paint them. I've got to just wait just a little bit longer until they're like paintable length. But that one there needs filing. Okay, we'll get back to the reading. Okay. What if he's got dirt under his fingernails? I don't like that much. I don't personally prefer like long nails on men. That's just my own like personal preference there. So let's hope we have no dirty fingernails. Work. Stay determined to move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. Environmental activism. That's interesting. We'll take that card here for your money. Knight of Michael. Strong, committed, intellectual and diligent. Time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion. Sudden changes. A different lifestyle, yeah. Listen, it's a karmic energy coming through. I told myself to pay attention to the colours. So we've got, not a red flag, but there's a blue flag. So if this masculine's been working the land, it feels like as soon as he gets his harvest, I don't know why he's looking happy. Let's have a look here. It's like gone. Let me just try and figure out why. What's the saying about calling a spade a spade? Anyway, I felt the energy of taking the finances, taking the harvest as quick as that. And so this one's intelligent. She's strong, strong-minded. Time to move quickly, choose logic over emotions, sudden changes. This is a warning sign to do with your money. So there is, whose home is this? Who lives in a house like this? Well, there's a great deal of activity. Sudden and immediate results, important communication. Okay. Stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibilities. that you could lose it all, as in financially. Environmental activism. Okay. It's like starting again. This masculine needs to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion, so no emotional manipulation here, because there's sudden changes. And the birds are warning this masculine. And messages from the Divine Feminine, because the Divine Feminine has a insight, higher sight. So this masculine may think that everything's working out okay. No, it's all going okay. Well, I felt there's a great deal of activity behind the scenes with this one. And quicker than that, she could be gone with all your so-called assets. And that's... I was going to say, and that's what you get for being attached to your belongings and material items and money, is that you feel the pain when it's taken. I will never fight anyone over money. I'm like, just have it. Well, no one actually, because I have that attitude and there's no fear attached to it, it's like there's nothing you can actually take from me. I've still got my soul. They can never take that unless you allow them to. So let them have, everything will balance out anyway, and the less resistance you have, the more things work out in your favour. Okay. Right, the next section is love, sex and romance. A whistling outside. There's this energy here of you being freed up so that you can actually enjoy your life and reap the fruits of your labour. Love. Knight of Raphael. Romantic, dramatic, poetic and introspective. Committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter. You like talking about love, sex, romance? That's the good stuff. Love. Topics that make your heart flutter. Situations. Being swept off your feet. This masculine has plans behind the scenes himself. It's like he does have a backup plan. He might have a secret stash. Love. Sex. Good evening, Willow. Hi, Spotty Pony. Hi, Lucy. Kiss. I just want your extra time and your kiss. Think about a dance now. 7 of Raphael, 6. Decision time. Time to make a decision. Do you want some sexy time? Be clear on what you want and take action. A need for detoxification. So this is need for detoxification. That's when you would get back to nature, wouldn't you? The natural way of living. Detoxing from stress, I'd say. Because that's the 9 of Gabriel, that's the 9 of Wands. Okay, so that's carrying a heavy burden. Or is that the 10 of Wands? 9 of Wands is having spiritual strength as you carry the heavy burden. As you prepare to carry the heavy burden. The 9's before the 10. But the 10, you're nearly there. What a burden to carry. Cynthia. The sun just illuminated the skies. When I first turned this camera on, it was like so bright. And it's lovely and sunny. It's been so hot, but actually indoors it's quite chilly. So my hands are quite cold. The sun just illuminated the skies. The first time since last Thursday. 7 days, 7 rays, 7 ways. Oop. Is there something about 7 days of like darkness in the Bible? Something about 7 days, is there? Or is it a bit longer than that? It might be a bit longer, I don't know. That's what it took me to. Willow, you're eating rhubarb and custard muffins I made earlier. Yum. They sound yum. I don't think I've ever had rhubarb and custard muffins. Rhubarb crumble. Yummy, yum, yum. But they sound lovely. Willow, I'm in a very happy place. Not interested in a certain somebody. No longing, no fear, no interest at all. Just really looking forward to what is coming. And I know something is. Love the place I am. Love the place I am. That's it. I am. I am that I am. And I was having a similar conversation with my daughter. I said, I'm very, very contented. It's like I'm not actually seeking, like purposely seeking anything. I just know that what is meant to be will be, and it will be delivered in the divinely orchestrated way that it all happens, doesn't it? There's a big surrender, isn't there? There's a strong opportunity, rather than a strong chance. There's a strong opportunity that the masculine's picking up on that. Okay. Lucy, you look fabulous again. Thank you, Dwight. Thank you very much. I was looking at the hair. It's like, oh my goodness, look at these streaks down here. It's coming. The hair looks quite dark. I mean, it could do with a wash. It could do with a wash. But, yeah. About to take the boy to the vet tonight, so he's been a bit poorly. But he's okay. We've got him some antibiotics and some painkillers, and we've got to take him back in a week and see how he is. But he came home, which was a blessing. So, yeah, and I keep saying to him, like, all week, it's like, come on, buddy, you can hang on till, like, Thursday. Well, you know, you're going to see the vet on Thursday. Because I'd rather have got him in, like, Monday, but that just wasn't happening. Cynthia, let me go back, because I was distracted by Willow's compliment. It's been raining here, but the forest fires needed the help to extinguish. Yes, I've heard. I've caught hearing of that today, about the forest fires. We need to manifest some rain, don't we? Seeing as we are these master manifestors. Where do we get to? Sex. Let's go to romance now, because sex, it's time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action. A need for detoxification. So if your need for detoxification, that isn't kind of going around having sex with whoever, is it? I mean, a big part of this journey is actually, I felt for me, is like to be celibate. And to not feel the need to feel a void that no man could feel. That was my own healing hole to fill up. So it's really nice that I was trying to explain to my daughter, like, I'm happy and I don't want to rely on a man to, like, account for all of my happiness. It's like, no, I'm happy, but, like, obviously when you're in that state of love, sex, romance, like, you're happier. You're my happiest state of being. And I remember listening to, I don't know who it was, but they kind of described it as a pie chart, as a pie. And if you cut that into like 10 segments, it's like, and like your relationship, that kind of part of it should like only take up like 1/10. So if that one feels as if, you know, it's not it's not that active, then you can focus on like 9 other areas of your life that bring you happiness and joy, like your hobbies and your family and nature and animals. So that really, it wasn't, oh my goodness, you know, that is the whole pie. It's like, no. And so these are like things that, you know, I have to pick myself up on, not so much now, because they automatically come through. It's like, I am the hot dog. I'm fine and complete on my own, but with some mustard on top. Yummy, yum, yum. Okay, compliments it, doesn't it? That's I am that I am. And I said to my daughter, it's like one of the most important, well, I think it is the most important decisions that I realise with age, that it is the most important decision, is who you decide to choose as your life partner, commit to. I don't really feel there's that word to use, commit, but I think you all know what I'm getting at. Oh, sex. What is that? Can't quite remember. You sound like my divine masculine. Oh dear. Okay. Let's go to romance then. Love, sex and romance, the blends that will ignite the genius status with him. I'm going to get the words out. The High Priestess, romance. Now, this character here, I feel is not the divine feminine, not the karmic energy. I feel that this is our guardian, okay, who's assisting behind the scenes. I picked it up a while ago. I kept looking and thinking, who are you? And this is assistance behind the scenes. The High Priestess. No BJs on these pillars. So we have to remember the first card, what's going on at home. A great deal of activity. Now we can class home as being our vessel. Sudden and immediate results, important communication. We've got here in the romance section, we've got powerful psychic insights, reflection and meditation that provides valuable information, be at peace. So even though you've disconnected, Willow, are the conversations still there? Because unless I'm at work, I feel like I'm continuously in conversation with my divine masculine a lot. And there's nothing there to suggest that anything's wrong. So hopefully you're feeling wooed energetically. Okay. All is well. So in the romance department, we've got the High Priestess. Do you know what song I'm singing? I don't know who sang it. The name of it, I think it could be There's Nothing I Won't Do. There's nothing I won't do. Anything you want me to, I can't keep my hands off you. There's nothing I won't do. Whew. Nope, not thinking of him. Can't feel him much. It's lovely. Really? Oh, okay. Well, I'm experiencing the opposite. And it's lovely. It's lovely. Yeah. So that's very interesting, isn't it? Because I already said you sound like my masculine. So whether or not this is what's happening like on the masculine's energy side of things, but there's going to be an awakening. Okay. Powerful psychic insights are being delivered. Right, the next two sections, because that was love, sex, romance, is the health of one's self. The Queen of Gabriel, passionate, charming, brilliant, independent. This is a good state of health to be in. Passionate, charming, brilliant, independent. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want, the ability to attract helpful people. Now, who's doing the attracting? I feel like the divine feminine's doing the manifesting, the attracting. And who's going after what they want? You can do anything right now. Can we now? Is that just not so exciting? Anything? Anything for you. Jeez, this beautiful state of love I'm in. Willow, he is there, but I'm not really interested in him. I sort of know what is happening in his end, but honestly, it's about time, and I don't care much what he is going through. Okay. Okay. That's all I have to say. Okay. Let's have a look at your connection with spirit. So let me show you this card. And if you have a look, it is like the High Priestess, but she's kind of put a headscarf around her. I mean, it is like the Divine Feminine. I say the headscarf, but what if those there were like the angelic wings that are resting and like over her head and draped down here? Because I do feel there's this angelic assistance behind the scene. You're busy gardening. I've been so busy gardening. All these little seedlings I've got, or saplings are they called? Sunflowers galore. But I moved some yesterday, but it's okay. We think they're going to survive. They have a good water tonight. We've got some good sun coming, so... Oh, yeah, the garden is starting, because I'm creating this little fairy garden. So we have 5 flowers now in the fairy garden that have bloomed. 3 on one plant and 2 on another. I like come home today, I was like, hello! Like the 3rd one's up. It's like, oh, that's amazing. Okay. Oh, and another thing, because I'm feeling like, because it was quite amazing, what were they talking about? Well, it was in the garden last night, because every night we always have like a little campfire, shall we say that, a little fire, and we sit around, and just before I came in to go to bed, Megan and Jamie were out there, and I didn't kind of catch their conversation, but I heard them kind of stop and go, no way did we just say that at the exact time. And they were talking about, oh, how long they've been at their place of work. Like for 2 years. And it's like, you know, you've been there like 2 years. And it's like, yeah, you've nearly been there 2 years. And then they went off in their own little space. And then they looked at each other and just went, I'm so proud of you. And they both said it at the same time. And I was like, this is just amazing. How amazing to say to each other at the same time, I'm so proud of you. So I just, beautiful. Okay, so you've been busy gardening, painting, singing, dancing, cooking, learning, going out, doing me. Very happy doing me. Feel free and very independent. Good, it's good energy to be in. Okay, so I just had a look at the connection with, no, the health, sorry, health. Now we're looking at the connection with spirit. So I do love this card, look. Passionate, charming, brilliant, independent. Let's have a look at the connection with spirit. I've got the chills all of a sudden. It's because I'm looking at the colours here. So we've got the 3 orange cards. We've got the 2 green cards, which are the cards of Archangel Raphael here. And that's about committed romantic relationships, being swept off your feet, situations or topics that make your heart flutter, and it's time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action. The need for detoxification. I mean, have a look at his flag. Wherever he's been, it looks like he's coming out of the, I don't know, the storm. His flag looks a bit burnt. It's not very colourful, is it? And then we have this blue card here, which I feel a karmic energy to, and then the purple card, which I feel the divine's energy. And it's a major arcana, which means the divine has its hands on it, and it's the only one on here. We've got 1 more card left to pull. I've got dinner coming. We're having takeout tonight. Why not? Why not? Let's look at your connection with spirit at 9 of Raphael. Make a wish. Dreams become reality. A joyful time of life. It was like, now you're getting the hang of it. It's more about, that's the idea. Because that's what you're manifesting, is your ideas. Okay. I'm taken to like the dog. Especially it being black and white. So I feel the masculine, feminine energy here. What a nice card. Your connection with spirit. Now that is an independent masculine. 9 of Raphael. Make a wish, dreams become reality, a joyful time of life. He just needs to make a decision whether or not does he want his wish to come true. Because if he's not wanting it, then it's not going to be delivered. Oh, daughter just said it's so funny it hurts. Bottom of the deck. 4 of Ariel. Now, I spoke about the kind of money situation here with, like, this. There is an underlying fear of losing it all. It says, when you give, you also receive, being resistant to change, and extremes in how you save or spend money. So that's the underlying energy here. Felt this here more about, like, he's got his dressing gown on. It's like, are you going to get out of your comfort zone? Oh, I feel like the masculine's already ready. Look at this. Wouldn't this be a nice place to go on escape to? For all that love, sex and romancing, where you can do whatever you want to do. Okay. Oh my goodness. I swear, someone just pulled back my hair. There's nothing for it to get caught on. Bit of hair pulling. Okay. If we must. Oh my goodness. I'm going to get you some guidance for today, because there's one for every day, wasn't there? And I done Sundays yesterday. What was that about, pulling my hair out? Oh, right. So we read about Sunday, and I said I'll do one for every day. So today we've got Monday's activity, which is there is no cause and effect. So today take time to comprehend what it means just to be. You are not a human doing, but rather a human being. While form follows all of the rules of cause and effect, formlessness is a casual, just like the time you spend dreaming. Now here, now there, your thoughts independent of each other. You can get past pure cause and effect by tuning in to your invisible humanity. You need not continue to do the work you trained yourself to do, simply because as a teenager, 30 years ago, how do they know? You made some decisions about what you were going to apprentice or major in. I did. Do you know what I chose at the age of 16? Because it would have been 16 then, 30 years ago. I know, because my English teacher asked me. I think I've told you this before. And I had to get up, and it was like, okay, what are you going to do when you leave school? It's like, oh, I'm not going to do anything. I said, I'm just going to stay at home and be a mum and a wife. I just want to be a good mum and a good wife. That was my answer. Okay. Let's carry on. You need not continue to do the work you trained yourself, okay, to do. Simply because as a teenager 30 years ago, you made some decisions about what you were going to apprentice or major in. You need not remain governed by the belief that past decisions cause you to be wherever you are today. And this is so true, because I was speaking to a work colleague today about, you know, well, the world is my oyster. I might go travelling. So I've kind of done, well, I'm happy with like the wife and the role part that I have played. And I think I've played them very well. But I'm not like committed to that now. I was like, now it's time for me. I said the children could up and leave and move abroad or wherever they want to go. They have the freedom to do that. And the same applies with me, which is a really nice feeling. But it's not that my mum days are over or my wife days are over, but there's a different dynamic to my life now. than what it was back in the day. Okay, you can be a creator without old rules governing your life. You can be anything you choose, regardless of what anyone says or does, and regardless of anything you have done or not done before. If you can imagine it, you can be it. And your imagination, your thinking, is not restricted to the rules of cause and effect. Today, Monday, Thursday, work at not being the effect of anything, but the creator of that which you imagine yourself to be. You do not need a consultant in this matter. You simply need to put your form, in harmony with your thoughts, and then just allow yourself to be it. And to be honest with you, I still love being a good mum and a good wife. Okay. There it is. Right, where are we going to go from? I'm getting a bit common now. Where are we going to go from here? Let's go to the Divine Feminine's deck. I was just having this conversation today. I said I felt really proud, especially like when Emily, my youngest, like turned 16. I was like, yes. Just for me, it's like I never wanted to put them like in childcare. Always wanted to do the parenting between the parents, one of us be at home. And yeah, it's been so much fun, and it is fun being their mum. I love it. It turned out perfectly. Well, there's no words to add for that. Our Lady of Guadalupe. Don't have this card often. Do you know what I'm really taken to again is the resemblance to the Divine Feminine here. I mean, okay, should read about this. The Empress of Protection. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. She looks like a Christmas tree. She looks like a Christmas tree. Oh. I love Christmas trees. Oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are your branches. Let's find out whereabouts. Okay, right into that, haven't we? Okay, dinner might be here soon. I should get a message when it is. Can we find out where this lady is, please? They all have like names apart from her. She's called Our Lady. When I was in the vets, like the vet came out and went, "Lady," I said, "I'm one of them." It was quite funny actually. He went into the vets and there's all dogs in the vets, and I went with Jamie and it was like, should we go and sit over here where there's kind of a little corner? And it was like screened off. So I sat down, and when I looked at the screen, it had all pussycats like on the other side. I said, maybe this is an area like they screened off for the pussycat section. So we're sitting in there, and I'm sitting there, and I started looking at these double doors, and I thought, they're not the doors we come through. And then I noticed the word cat on the door, but I couldn't see the rest because, I don't know, something was blocking it. So I kind of lifted my head up and it said, cat waiting room. I was sitting in the dog's waiting room. I said, "Oh, Jamie, there's a cat waiting room now." I went in, someone else was in there. Well, I peered through the window. I said, oh, we just sit here. So I said, but there's actually a cat waiting room. And then there's a great big sign up on the wall that we then noticed that said, we have a new cat waiting room. So, yeah. He wanted to sit with the dogs, okay. We didn't move. Oh, dear. Anyway. But there was a dog there called Lady. And, interesting, lots of doggies. 154. Right. It's not white 154. That's White Buffalo Calf Woman. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's not 154. What number did I say it was? 30. How? 154 and 30. The Empress of Protection. Our Lady of Guadalupe is the emblazoned emblem. I'll read it again. Our Lady of Guadalupe is the emblazoned emblem of the uniquely powerful protection of a mother's love. Her image is believed to have miraculously appeared within the tilma or cloak of Saint Jan Diego. She appeared to him 4 times, the first of which was on December the 9th, 1531. Now, is that why she looks like a Christmas tree? Because I thought, well, hang on, because like you'll only have the Christmas tree out for like a month, won't you? During December. So I was a little bit puzzled by that, but okay. She spoke to Jan in his native Nahuatl language and asked him to build a church in her honour. They were standing on the Tepeyac Hill outside Mexico City, where the Spanish had recently destroyed a temple to the mother goddess Tenanzin, an Aztec goddess of love. Jan Diego tried to convince the Archbishop of the authenticity of the apparition, but to no avail. He asked Guadalupe to give him a sign that would help convince the Archbishop of her identity. She appeared to Jan a final time and told him to collect the Castilian roses, not native in Mexico, that were in bloom at the top of the Tepeyac Hill. He gathered the roses in his cloak, and when they fell before the Archbishop, they could both see the emblem of Our Lady of Guadalupe inscribed on the inside of his cloak. Her image on Jan Diego's cloak has become Mexico's most popular religious and cultural symbol. It hangs above the high altar in the Basilica of Guadalupe in Mexico City. The Basilica is the most visited Catholic pilgrimage site in the world and the world's 3rd most visited sacred site. Its preservation and its mysterious creation have been a fascination for scholars and art historians for centuries. It seems to be defying the laws of nature, both by not decaying the way a natural substance should, and by having been created in what seems to be one fell swoop, rather than with multiple brush strokes. This new infamous image is worn as a symbol of protection from banners in the army during the Mexican War of Independence and on the backs of migrant workers to shield them from being whipped, to modern t-shirts and tattoos to protect devout Catholics and gang members with the exceptional love of the Divine Feminine. So when your soul selects her card, what is outside of us is also within us. Even if we have never experienced a mother's love, the true force of that love and protection exists within us. So we can give it to ourselves. When Saint, how do I pronounce that name? Saint Juan Diego was concerned that the Archbishop would not believe him and was racing to meet Our Lady of Guadalupe, she appeared suddenly and said the most beloved phrase in the apparition story, a phrase that is inscribed on the entrance to her Basiliska. Okay. No estoy yo aquif soy tu Madia. Am I not here, I who am your mother? The energy of a mother's love can travel to meet you anywhere, whether within the world or within your own heart. The message is that she is here. You are mothered, but the message is also to ask for what you need. Saint Young Diego asked Our Lady of Guadalupe for a sign that proved her identity and existence. She gave him her image, emblazoned inside his cloak, one that has been venerated and considered holy ever since because he asked for her assistance. We are ennobled with free will. The divine needs our request for assistance in order to enter our lives. All we need to do is to assume the simplicity, the heart, and the humility of a child and ask for a sign that she is here. We will be met with more love than we could ever imagine, and love is always the greatest and most powerful energy of protection. Soul voice meditation. Do I experience the love of a divine mother within me? And the intention, I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. That was beautiful. I want to finish with a Rumi message. Okay. 47 minutes in. Right, let's finish off this reading for this evening. There's a card. Enter the Garden of Delights. How did you know that's where I was going? That's where you'll normally find me, in the Garden of Delights. Card number 28. I think that guitar there, a ukulele, just picked up my cough and like echoed it out of its, whatever that is, its hole, its casing. I'm sure it has a correct name. Are you aware that sweetness is found everywhere in town? Are you aware that winter is gone and spring has come around? I sure am. Plants are growing. Are you aware the sweet basil and the carnation are whispering in the garden and laughing about how simply everything is found? Are you aware the nightingale has come back from its flight, singing out messages of love to spread delights with every sound? I am aware. The birds here. I love them. Okay. Everything in the garden, everything in the garden is granted the right from the divine court to appear for our delight. Everything is here to make the earth green and alive as a haven for our life. What remains, interesting, look at this. What remains buried in the soil will always endeavour to reach out. No one truly alive can ever be pawned to a prison or a tomb. Rumi. There is a sweet spot when entering the Garden of Delights, a moment where the senses have gorged themselves upon beauty and become heavy with their fullness, slowing the mind so that it can perceive the divine beloved dancing behind the veils of nature. But first comes essential feasting. Blooming orchids arrest the gaze with their startling and strange beauty. Nectar from the ripest fruits of the garden drips luscious and sweet upon a savouring tongue. Hungry for gossip, the ears shamelessly eavesdrop upon the birds in melodic conversation. They sing of greatest, most passionate love and boundless living joy. the ears open wide to take it all in. The craving for touch is sated by rough textured bark falling from the ancient trees, soft dewy grasses cool in the shade, the crunching leaves making their sounds under the hot sun and dancing feet, and the caress of that sunlight upon bare shoulders, with weight of its own, like a silken wrap placed just so by a caring lover's hand. The breeze, the very breath of the beloved Earth Mother, is sweet with scent of lavender and jasmine, warmed by the Sun Father. What did I just pick up there that I just read something I was going to show you. Oh, the silken wrap, bottom of the deck. The caress of that sunlight upon bare shoulders with weight of its own like a silken wrap placed just so by a caring lover's hand. Oh, drink it in until your arms raise themselves to heaven, your head tilts, eyes rolling back into your head, and your sacred animal body is mindless and in love. The garden of delights, narcotic in effect, lulling the senses from tension into sacred languor, that love may be experienced. Let us rest here, in the midst of so much life, where the goodness of life is felt, and the heart is free from any prison or pain, any prison of pain or doubt. Come, be in the garden with me now. Let us be free and feast to our heart's content. You have been granted entry into sacred space, a mihrab, a sanctuary for worship. When the soul is well acquainted with love, life becomes a temple of love. The sacred space in which the soul can grow powerful through expansive worship of love. You are being invited by your spiritual brother Rumi to enter into life, to commit to coming alive, even if at times this feels deeply challenging. Sometimes a part of you may rather stay locked in an illusion of security for a time, perhaps expressed through the preference for what is known over what is unknown. That's the plants being watered. It's good boy, Jamie. Oh, that sounds more like an electrical, like wire that's going crazy out there. It's not. It's water. It's water. Okay. Hear it. Sometimes a part of you may rather stay locked in an illusion of security for a time, perhaps expressed through the preference for what is known over what is unknown, what is familiar and comfortable, compared to that which is unfamiliar or uncomfortable. To tussle with the parts of us that would deny aliveness is a natural part of growth. It can seem so risky, with such potential for heartache, and yet what could be more heart-wrenching than the slow death of a precious human soul suffocated by fear and inertia? That is the greatest risk of never really and fully being born into this world of wonders. So Rumi is your midwife, there to ensure full spiritual birth. He is standing at the threshold with you now. You are being asked to cross that threshold from the life you have been living into the aliveness that is flickering and glowing at your feet. It is love's wild, hot embers at your sacred feet. They will erupt at any moment into a holy inferno, taking hold of you and igniting you from within, transforming you into living fire. To come alive requires shedding of so much adherence to the fear of death. The great brother whispers wisdom into your heart. You have heard it, felt it already. The fear of death is so much more terrible than death itself. Nothing is dying in you but fear, so the heart can live some more, so that the heart can live more freely. Death and life are twin angels, dancing together in communion with the sacred. They are not opposed. They bring the soul aliveness and make the garden of delights possible. You wouldn't be experiencing all the signs, synchronizations in nature. That's what makes the garden of delights possible. So, death and life are twin angels dancing together in communion with the sacred. They are not opposed. They bring the soul aliveness and make the garden of delights possible. They bring the seasons of the soul that foster growth and take the appearance of dying away, which is actually part of the cycle of life, again and again and again. You have been through much death, dear one, around you, within you. You have known this dark angel. That is why you are so full of life. Your attempts to stay as you have been, to render something in your life immobile or impervious to change, have failed. Let us celebrate. There is no delight in frozen moments long since past. Why try to feast upon such food? It will not nourish you anywhere near as deeply and fully as fresh from the oven morsels of life. Come, let us taste all that is on offer. We drink headedly and satiate our deepest thirst. Let us enjoy the richness of the meal in gratitude for its preparation and awe at the skill involved in such masterful creation. Do not let the memory of death starve you of your participation in life. Do not hold on still to that which is past. I will soothe you with a loving touch upon your back, and yet gently I will turn your head to the right and urge you to see the rising sun. Your life is blessed, you see. I want you to know this now. I want you to accept this now. Let those horrors of the past be gone. They are no more than phantoms. The garden is here now to be touched, tasted, seen, heard, felt, inhaled, and loved. This oracle comes to you with a message. A new day is dawning for you. This is a time when the past will very soon cease to have any hold over you. Celebration is imminent. You are invited into the golden light of divine plenty. Put your worries behind you now and step into your divine inheritance, where all is sorted according to kindness and grace. I love it. Okay, let's finish with this sacred honouring ritual. Say aloud, I accept the gift of golden grace and healing now, to leave behind all prisons and tombs, conscious and unconscious, of heart and of mind. I open up to the life and assistance through unconditional love, in being present to the miraculous beauty that seeks to live through me, as me, and in benefit to all humanity now. I know myself to be worthy of this grace, to be this grace, so be it. Place your hands gently on your heart and rest for however long feels good. And when you have finished, you have completed your ritual. That's beautiful. Hi, Gal Gal. Hello, Channel of Love. Must be ukulele lady. Ukulele. I can't play the ukulele. Oh, how sweet, Caroline. Sweet Caroline. And Moon Cookie. Hello, Moon Cookie. Well, it actually says, well, we will, is Lucy. That's what it says. Well, we will. Lucy Lou and the Channel of Love. Hello, everybody. Chose to say, cheers to you all. Cheers, Moon Cookie, darling. Well, I'm done. It's an hour. Coming up for an hour now. So I'm going to go because I'm sure Mr. Deliveroo will be here soon. So I'm going to go and have my dinner and go out into the garden and we'll get the fire going. Are you serious? Pie? 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 Pop popcorn 1 2 3. Hi, who are you? Like, this is my channel. I'm the channel of love. Who am I? You come here. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are we? Do you know, Lucy, sometimes Siri will not let me be great with the talk text. Well, there's no mistakes though, is there? It's the channel of love popcorn. There you go. But you may have your popcorn, but the show's over for today. So we'll have to catch up another time and find out who you are. Okay. It's easy to find out who I am. Okay. All right then. Right, guys, much love. I'll speak to you all soon. Okay, so until then. Oh, soz. That's okay. Sorry. Soz. What kind of language is this? Okay, apology accepted. It's all good. I look forward. I know what that one means. You can use that one. Laugh out loud. Okay, but soz isn't actually an abbreviation, really, is it? It just means sorry. Sorry. I was just scrolling. That's cool. You scroll away. Hopefully we'll catch you another day, or you might catch us another day. Okay, then I saw you're live. Okay. Well, I'm the channel of love. I'm Lucy, and I'm going now. So I'll catch up with you all soon. So until then, take care. Thank you for joining me. Much love. Bye for now. I am going.